J Hardcore Boxing News, and that's what's up, man. And that's what's up, man. Okay, you gonna come on here and just break news just like that, huh?
This is Dollar.
Hey, it's your boy J Hardcore Boxing News. What you got going on, bro? We out of here.
Hey, it's your boy J Hardcore Boxing News, back at you with what's happening in the world of boxing today. Good morning. If you can hear the sound of my voice right now, that's letting me know that God is giving you that gracious opportunity to do it one more again, man. And I am so glad to be in the number and back in the hangout on this blessed Monday morning, man. I hope everybody is fine and fabtabulous this morning. Yes, I am finally back off of my staycation for sure, man. And I'm glad to be back up in here, y'all. It was a fight. I ain't gonna lie, it was a fight, but I got through. I tell you, man. But listen here, before we go any further, ain't nothing changed, man. We're gonna get our morning motivation going on, and after that, we're gonna find out who's hanging out this morning, man. So let's get that morning motivation started, and then we're gonna move on to find out who hanging out this morning, man. So let's find it. Where is it at? What morning motivation we're gonna have this morning? Where is that? I know I got something in here. Gotta be something. Let me see. Searching. Okay, let's try this.
Let me ask you something. When you wake up in the morning, before the world hits you with the bills, the news, the traffic, the noise, what do you say to yourself? See, what you feed your mind before your feet hit the floor, that matters. That shapes your day. That becomes your direction. Because the most important conversation you'll have today is the one you have with the person in the mirror. So I'm going to give you 9 things to tell yourself every morning. Not just words, truths. And if you let them take root, they'll grow something powerful in your life. You opened your eyes this morning. Don't take that lightly. Don't scroll past that like it's ordinary. Don't toss that fact into the bin of routine. Because what you just did, wake up, that's not guaranteed, it's not automatic, it's not owed. Somebody laid their head on a pillow last night and didn't get back up. A father, a daughter, a student with plans, a mother with dreams. Over 150,000 people didn't make it to this sunrise. But you did. You got another shot, another chapter, another breath in your lungs, and maybe your back still hurts. Maybe the bills are still stacked. Maybe you're waking up alone or anxious or tired of carrying something nobody else can see. But you're here. And that alone means the story ain't over. You're still in the game. And that right there is a blessing.
Hell yeah, that is definitely a blessing, because like I said, some people didn't get that blessing this morning, man. And I'm so glad that I made it. I'm so glad that you made it. If someone in your family didn't make it this morning, man, my condolences to you and your family, man. But yeah, man, it is good to be back in the hangout this morning. What y'all been doing, man? What you been up to? What has life been like for these last couple of weeks? Yeah, I know I said I was going to do it for a week. I was going to take a week vacation, but I needed more than one. I had to go 2 weeks, man, and it felt good. I'm not even going to lie. I really got a lot of things done. I did a lot of reflection. I made a lot of decisions. I had a good time, man. Me, myself, and yes, indeedy. But what else we got going on, man? Who in the hangout, man? I know it's a little light in here this morning. I ain't been around for a minute. Let me look on my pocket communicator and see who we got in the building as we speak. And I'm pretty much sure more people will come in as the show prevails. But the first person in the building this morning was my right hand man, GPs. He said, yo, 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 what it do, my hardcore family? Welcome back, big homie. These YouTube streets has been dried up without you. I appreciate it. I knew it was my time to come back. Hey, GPs, he sent me a text. I seen it this morning. He sent it last night. He say, see you in the morning, big homie. He wasn't asking if I was going to show up this morning. It's the show today. Da-da-da. He said, see you in the morning, big homie. You know what I mean? He let it be known. Hey, I'm gonna see you in the morning. He wasn't even asking at all, y'all. I appreciate that for sure, man. I've been getting a lot of stuff like that recently. People been sending me little slide texts and remarks and all types of stuff, man. But that's just a way of people just letting me know that they love me and they miss me, man. And I appreciate that wholeheartedly. I'm not even gonna lie, man. Next, we got him. Y'all know who it is. Mike Rim, my guy, my broski. He said, good morning, everybody. My pain relief program is back. Maybe I might not need this spinal stimulator for pain. They really trying to Frankenstein me, man. What they trying to reopen some of them zippers, boy? Tell them no more, man, no more. Next, we got all things. Hashtag AMC FSG. Blesses Hardcore Boxing Hangout. Hit the like button. What he said, y'all, for sure. Okay. Mama do in the house. Mama do in the house. Oh, shut your mouth. She said, peace and love. Glad you're back. I appreciate that, sis. Macau B in the building said, peace and love, Jay. And the chat. Mike Rim said, he crying. We got Jareel Hottie in the building. What's up, soldier? Listen here, man. It's good to see all you all rocking out here this morning on a gracious Monday morning, man. On a Monday morning, man, in the hangout. It's been a minute since we had a Monday morning. Real President Talk with Tommy in the building. He said, much love to Jay and the Chatterman. Much love back at you, little broski, for show, man. Yes, indeed, man. It feels good. But just like how we talked about the morning motivation, was talking about how we're blessed to be able to wake up this morning, because some didn't, man. And we done had a few fallen soldiers, man, in our boxing community. We had in Japan, August the 2nd, man, we had these two guys fight, man. They didn't fight each other, but it was two different guys that fought. And first of all, let me see if I can get it up. Hold on one second, y'all. I don't know why my I'm trying to work my pocket communicator so I can see what's going on the screen here. Okay, all right, so it is there. It says authorities in Japan moved to act after a double tragedy following August the 2nd. August the 2nd, these two guys fought, man. Both of them didn't fight each other, but they both end up passing away a week later, man. One died on the 9th, one died on the 10th. Let me take this down, man. You know why? Okay. Well, I can't get this down. All right. Bear with me one second. I'm gonna give you all. Okay, I think it went down, man. I don't know why my phone is just on some boogie woogie, man, big time right now, and I'm not able to see anything. But that's y'all know we ain't in the problems, only solutions, man. Only solutions. And the one guy, I believe his name was Hurrah. I want to make sure I got the names correct. So I'm not going to guess on that. I'm not seeing it on the screen, but give me 1 second and I'll make sure we have the correct name so we can give them their final counts. Let me see. Here we go, right here. Okay. This is the Japan Boxing Commission has moved to allay safety fears about boxing in their country. It has acted after 2 fighters died from injuries sustained on the same tragic August the 2nd event in Koruin Hall in Tokyo. Let's say, oh Lord have mercy. On Friday, August the 8th, Shitashi Katari died. And on Saturday, August the 9th, Hiromasa Yukawa passed away. One died on the 8th, one died on the 9th, man. And they both end up fighting on August the 2nd. So Japan is starting to figure out some other things that they can do to try to limit deaths. And one thing they're talking about is lessening the rounds, you know. So, I mean, it's a blood sport. And we're going to get this. Stuff like this will happen, man. And it's unfortunate. We also had someone from Upton Gym. They called his name Africa. And he passed away recently, I believe, to violence here in Baltimore. They called him Africa. He was training at the Upton Gym as well. They called him the Nightcrawler as well, if I'm not mistaken. And he has passed away as well. So that's 3 people. And actually, there's a few others have passed away recently. And I want to just do a 10 count right now for the fallen soldiers that we have had in the boxing community. So let's do that 10 count right now, y'all. Let's get it. All righty, and condolences to the families. Speaking of family, man, I see a few more family members have came in the door. I see the Booger Man done walked in the building. Salute to the professor. Salute to him. Okay. Jess do boxing in the building. What's up, Big Jess? Good to see you, brother. For sure. Let me see. Did I see anybody else come in the building? Our Booger said, yo, with the salute. Just do boxes at peace, big homie. Respect to the Hangout family. Appreciate that, man, for sure. All right. Well, I done spoke to everybody that I can see, but you got to speak to the people we can't see. So shout out to the mighty voyage. You know who they are. The ones that like to watch. Shout out to the watchers, man. Shout out to the watchers and also shout out to the Peekaboo community, man. Ooh, one more time. Shout out to the Peekaboo community, man, for sure. Appreciate all you all, man. Shout out to my guy Tampa Ron, man. Always supporting, man. Him and his wife. I salute to them, man, for sure. Yes, indeed. It is August, man. It is Leo season, man. So shout out to all my Leos out here this year, man, for sure. Hey, make it your best year possible. Shout out to all the Leos, man. I found out that the Sheik is a Leo, man. Did not know that. I think I found out President Obama is a Leo. Senior's a Leo. Man, I'm seeing all these Leos, man. It's always a pleasure for sure. Yes, indeedy. But man, what y'all been up to, man? Y'all see what the topic and title is? It says Canelo versus Crawford. What is boxing saying about this fight? Who you got and why, man? And as you all know, man, I have definitely taken a good look at this particular fight, man. I'm very interested in this fight. I'm not even gonna hold you on this, man, because it has everything that you want from it, man. It could be one of the best fights of history, or it could be a complete washout. It has both of those things that could happen. Let me keep it real. It could be the best fight you ever seen, or it could be a complete washout, or it could be just a basic fight. We don't know exactly what we gonna get out of this fight, man. But I've been having fun just going through the internet and everything, and listening to what a lot of people had to say about this fight, giving their opinions, their breakdowns, all types of stuff, man. And I'm gonna tell you, it's people just like on any other fight that's on both sides of the fence. And there's been a lot of good talks that I've really enjoyed. Matter of fact, let's play one of them right now. Let me see. Let's do this one right here.
I don't want to see Terrence fight Canelo, but I would love to see him fight anybody in that division, because even up to 154, because I think he's the cream of the crop.
Well, why not Canelo? Is that just a little too much?
It'd be like Canelo fighting the Charlo. You know, he just, even though he's got a lot of talent, it's just not enough size. You got to remember, Canelo has been fighting at those weights for the last, say, 3 or 4 years. He's been sparring with guys that size. He's been working out with guys that size. He's been so his strength level has risen to that level, to where those guys are at. Terrence has been sparring with 47 pounders, 40 pounders, 54 pounders maybe once in a while. So his strength level is at that level. There's no way that in 2 months or 3 months or 4 months you're going to gain that strength to be able to handle somebody. And I'm not saying early it may be a fight, early it may be interesting because of the speed and because of Canelo being slower because he's at a heavier weight. Because the guys that he fights at a heavier weight, you kind of assimilate your speed to their speed. But Terrence will be 3 or 4 rounds before Canelo figures out what he's doing, just like what it took Golovkin to figure out Brook early in the fight. Brook was a little quicker because he was a smaller guy. But once Canelo figures that out 3 or 4 rounds, then I think Canelo will be just too big, in my opinion.
Right, exactly. You can't really hate on it. But I'm excited for that. I know Canelo is so big, so strong, and I think he'll be just too big. I mean, weight classes matter for a reason.
It's Crawford, Canelo. It sounds like it's going to happen. Terrence Hero's looking in great shape. Just what's the latest? What can you tell me?
Once we get to that bridge, we're gonna shock the world.
What weight is ideal for Terrence to come in at that? Obviously,
we can't give too much out. Can't give too much out. We gotta get to the gym, man.
Good to see you.
Well, there you have it, man. What do y'all think, man? What do you think? Hey, Coach said, man, it's just too much, man. And we done seen many fights like this before, when a guy comes up a couple of weight classes and he fights a guy that's just as good as he is. You know what I mean? The old saying about a good big man fights a good little man, who normally win? Normally it's the good big man. You dig? And we done remember when what was it? Triple G and what's the kid from the UK, man? And he was doing well for the first couple of rounds. And then right after that, you know what happened, man. Triple G put them hands on him, man. And we done seen it time and time. We recently seen where Charlo came and fought Canelo, came up a couple of weight classes, and really, I'm gonna be honest, man, didn't even look like he even tried. Well, I don't think we're gonna get a non-trying from Crawford at all. I feel though that Crawford is definitely going to do his ultimate best. But my question is, when does physics kick in, or does it kick in? You know, that's the question, man. Because we know skillful wise, Crawford definitely has the skills to pay the bills, man. We can't even argue with that, you know. But then you have the people that say, well, Jay, we seen Crawford against Majimov in his first fight at 154, was his only fight at 154. And it was kind of a tough fight for him. Definitely a tough fight, but he did win. Some other people say he didn't win. I believe he won that particular fight, man. But it wasn't easy. And he came out a little damaged. He came out a little damaged. But now we're talking that was 154. Now we're talking 160 to 160 up to 168, man. That's a lot of weight. But if anybody could do it, would y'all agree it could be Crawford? I see we got some more family members. I see Ace Boogie in the building. Shout out to Brother Love is in the building. Then my sis Barbara D is there. What's up, sis? Good to see you, and I appreciate the prayers for sure. Then we got B3 Picks TV. I'm so excited about what he got going on, man. He's going live now, and he's doing his thing. And I think he might even going to slide in on us today and talk to us a little bit on his professional opinion on Canelo and Crawford as well, man. So I'm definitely looking forward to seeing what B Shreezy, and I hope y'all been catching him. He been going live lately. I think it's been around 11:30, 12 o'clock, something like that, man. Oh my goodness, man. I've been playing a little peekaboo, and he's doing an excellent job, man. And it just feels good to just see people starting channels, and you know, and they have came from our group, man. And I'm just so ecstatic about seeing these channels blow up and do their thing and be part of the conversation, man. And now we got B3 doing it as well, man. But you know what? He has a lot of examples that he can look at, a lot of his brothers to show him the way. And I'm pretty much sure he's going to do a hell of a job. Always says Just Do Boxing is a example of how a channel should be ran. You know what I mean? He's consistent all the time. He stays on the trending topics, and he speaks his mind. So he doesn't fall into the narrative, you know what I mean, of what everybody else is saying. You know what I mean? And that's what makes a good channel, when you not just going by what everybody else is saying. You speak your mind, you stand on it, you know what I mean? And you give each fighter some love, man, because this is not an easy sport to be part of, man. This ain't no team thing. It's a I thing, you know what I mean? Because only you walk into that ring and have that fight. Yeah, I know you got trainers, blase, but still, when the rubber hits the road, it's just you and that man in that middle of that ring, man. And we got to have more respect for our fighters, man. And a good exemplement, you got that exemplement, is how the UK fans are, man. They are behind their fighters, win, lose, or draw. And I like that, man. And we need to be more like that and stop tearing down these guys that entertain the hell out of us, man. You know, we definitely got to do better, man. But yeah, getting back to Canelo versus Crawford. Okay, look like we got somebody else. Okay, the Only Lee Show is in the building. He said, blessing to you, Jay, and your family. Always great to see you, brother. Appreciate that, man. Man, y'all just don't know how I be loving the love, man. There go my guy, Lewis 4500 in the building too. Okay. Look like we're about to have a little block party up in here today, man. Yes, indeed. I enjoy that. But yeah, man, it's so much being said about this up and coming fighting. We're getting close, man. We're almost up to 30 days away for this big fight that's happening September the 13th. I'm not going to the fight, but I'm definitely going to be watching it at home, and maybe I'll invite a few people over, man, and we have a good time enjoying this great event. This great event. Yeah, matter of fact, I think that's exactly what I'm going to do, man. Is have me a little small fight party. You dig, for sure, man. But I'm so interested in, and I hope this fight be everything that it's supposed to be, man. It would be amazing if this fight be that fight, man, that we can talk about like how we talk about Hagler and Hearns. You did that third round that was so magnificent, man. That third round where we all was like, good God Almighty, you know what I mean? It was definitely an excellent fight, and hopefully we can get hopefully this fight could be like that, man, where we were like, man, did you see that fight? And be able to see it over and over and over, because it was just so good. We just keep going back and watching that fight, man. And I just hope that it just be something amazing, and it doesn't be we get a fight that, I don't know, maybe something like this.
Walking him down now. He's looking for a...
I think he's got to be ready.
Now back to Jeb. Hit him with a hook. Cuffed him with experience in these big fights, entering to what Crawford wants him to make. Crawford's going to have to... Chop, step away. And that will do it for the first time in 8...
Hey, I just took y'all to the future real quick. When I took my vacation, I went to the future and I watched the fight, and I just wanted to bring it back to you and let you for sure, man. But man, I can't wait, man. Shout out to our boxing physique, man. That's where I got that video from. Shout out to them, man. Make sure that, when you use people clippings, man, give them their respect. Give them their credit, man. So yeah, that was boxing physique. Anybody that's interested in checking that out, that's where I got that clipping from. But yeah, man, I'm so interested in this fight, man. And every day, I kid you all not, every single day, I go back and forth. I flip-flop, man, because either one of these guys can win this fight, man. Either one of them guys can win that fight for sure. You dig? I'm a play a clip. Some of y'all, I'm pretty much sure y'all know who this guy right here is. Michael
versus Terrence Crawford.
Yeah.
September 13th. Now, what's interesting is I actually looked up the odds on this. I went on betonline.ag.
Yeah.
Canelo is minus 180. Crawford is 139, which means that Canelo is favored, not massively favored. So it's like the way this works is that you'd have to bet $180 to make $100. Almost 2-1, like 1.8 favored over Crawford, who's 139. So that means if you bet $100 on Crawford, you'll get $139 back.
Yeah.
That's how it works. I'm just kind of learning this now. Do you feel that Canelo's going to win?
No.
Really?
No.
So you would put your money on Crawford?
Yes.
You'd make money. Just putting that out there. Why do you think Crawford's going to beat him?
Because Crawford could find people to fight like Canelo, who is amazing. Canelo has he evolved. I saw how he evolved defensively and everything. I just don't think he's as fast as Crawford. And I think Crawford is just a little step ahead as far as movement is concerned. And so I think it's going to be Mayweather Canelo part 2. That's what I think.
I mean, Canelo is naturally heavier.
Yeah. Crawford ain't going to knock him out, but I don't know if
Canelo's going to land very solidly on Crawford. Canelo's way better now, but I still think there's an edge. It won't necessarily be exactly like that, but I think he'll edge him out point-wise. That's what I'm thinking.
Oh, so he'll win the points. Okay.
Because points. I just think still Canelo needs to be set before he fires. His basics are solid, but Crawford is jazz fusion, I feel. He can do unconventional things.
Yeah, he can. He can. But can he overcome all this weight? And can he take the Canelo punches, man? Because personally, Crawford, I know a lot of people are saying Crawford movement is but Crawford's not really a mover, but he really knows how to use angles very well. That's what he's good with, man. He knows how to use the angles. He pivots well, and he's intelligent. And Crawford gets better as the fight goes on. He's like an old car that has to warm up good. But once that car is warmed up good, man, he gets better and better and better. That's why I like old cars, man. They just built different. You know what I mean? So, like I said, man, this fight has everything that you can imagine, man. And man, I hope that we're able to we got frequent flyer in the building. He says salute, OG. Barbara D, I just seen the IG message as I was reading. I just went back and I thank you for that wellness check, sis, for sure. Real Prison Talk with Tommy said Canelo will have a greater size advantage over Bud than Hagler had over Sugar Ray. The Only Lee Show said, we don't believe the weight will be an issue for Crawford. We actually think the weight will work in his favor. He don't have to cut as much. Real President Talk with Thomas said, my only worry for Bud is if he can withstand Canelo's power, but I'm rocking with Bud all day. No shit, Sherlock. We definitely knew you was rocking with now if you wanted to see something crazy, if you would say Canelo, then I would probably have to but yeah, man, I'm so interested in this fight, man. And I was hold on, I gotta think we got another one. Let's play another one. Let's see what Teddy Atlas had to say about this.
Again, people are going to say Canelo's too big. He had trouble with a 154-pound guy when he went up from welterweight to that. So now he's going up to 168. Teddy, come on. How are you going to make an argument? You're going to make an argument to this, to the history of this sport, where little guys have been able to beat big guys, because you reverse it. You reverse who's got the advantage and the disadvantage. Yeah, the size, the power of Canelo, he's got the advantage. Then all of a sudden you go back and you say, wait a minute. The other guy's faster. The other guy's craftier. The other guy has more options. The other guy is slicker. Oh, well, maybe he's got the advantages. Like the first time Pacquiao fought De La Hoya. And I know De La Hoya was having trouble with weight and all that. I get it. And that's fair. But still, I remember I picked that one. Every once in a while I pick one right. I remember that I picked that one where Pacquiao's going to win. And I said, yeah, you're saying that De La Hoya's big, he's stronger. He's got the power edge, he's got this edge. But the other guy's quicker. And that's going to be an edge. And it was an edge. So at the end of the day, you have an argument on both sides. Who really has the advantage? I want to find out. I want to see. Is it the great big one or the great little one? Who has the advantage? I ain't going away. As big as the resume is for Canelo, and it's big, and it's tremendous, and it's strong. Everyone that he's fought, all the fighters. And Crawford's a little smaller, but he's fought good fights, but a little smaller. And he's won titles at different weight class. But I'm one of the people that thinks Crawford is very, very special. I'm not saying Canelo's not, but I think he's special in a different way.
Special in a different way. Again, when does physics kick in, man? Does size matter? You know what I mean? Because they got weight classes for a reason. I remember I was interviewing Crawford's friend, Steven Nelson, who's been around Crawford for a very long time. And he made it adamant to tell me that when it comes to Crawford fighting big guys, it means absolutely nothing. As he said that he watched Crawford fight a guy that was like 6'5", damn near 300 pounds, and this was a street fight, and how Crawford whipped the guy's ass. Well, and I get that. But keep in mind, that's a boxer going against a non-boxer. He's supposed to win. He's supposed to win because he's talented with his hands, man. He knows things that people straight off the street just don't know when it comes to fighting. And shit, how many fights has he actually had in his whole entire life? You know what I mean? He has a lot of damn experience. Most people that are just regular people can't even say they had more than 10 fights in their whole entire life. Keeping it real. Now, I mean, some of y'all might have had a little bit more than that. But when you're talking about somebody that, I'm talking sparring, amateurs, and pros, he probably had over 1,000 fights. So you get a lot of experience. So when you tell me that you beat up a guy that was in the street, that ain't really saying too much to me. You know what I mean? Especially when you're not in a ring. So he can't enclose on you. You got a lot of room to get around him. You can weigh him out. You make him tired. 9 times out of 10, he's not in the shape that you're in. You know, so, you know, it's a lot of this, that, and the third. But we also hear a lot of people that have been around Crawford that says he's strong as hell. Andre Ward said that he hung with Crawford for a week. And, you know, both of them are very competitive. They got the wrestling. And he said at that particular time, Andre Ward said he was around 200 pounds. Crawford might have been around 165, 170. It was all fight season. And he was like, yo, the kid is strong as hell. You know what I mean? We hear that all the time. You know what I mean? We have seen him deadlifting 400-500 pounds. So he's definitely an anomaly, definitely a freak of nature, man. But does the good big man beat the good little man? Or does the good little man beat, you know what the hell I'm saying? And that's what makes this so intriguing, because I like something that Floyd Mayweather always said. He said, there's a blueprint on how to beat Pacquiao, but there's no blueprint on how to beat me. There's no blueprint on how to beat Crawford, but there is 2 blueprints on how to beat Canelo. We have Mayweather, that wasn't even a prime Mayweather. Let's make sure we understand that. Because when Floyd fought Canelo, I know he was more than 11 years older than him. He was not in his prime, because boxing prime supposed to be like 28, 29 years old. Floyd was about to go into his 40s at the particular time. I think he might have been 37, something like that. Canelo was 21, 22 years old. Experience mattered. Floyd stood right in front of him the whole time as well. Then we got Bivol that also beat Canelo. And he did take a lot from Floyd, but he was also the bigger man. Size matters, man. So, oh man, every day I told you I go back and forth. Now, I done already told you all who I want to win this fight. I want Crawford to win this fight. I am Team Crawford for this particular fight, man. 100% Team Crawford. Have I made my final decision on who's going to win this fight? I haven't did that yet. I have not sat down and did my major X's and O's yet. I have not did the math yet. You dig? And I probably won't do my final mathement until the last week. Yeah, the up and coming week of the 13th. That's when I'm gonna sit down and really put together all my thoughts and all my homework and everything that I did on this fight to tell you who I think is going to win this fight. But I do want Crawford to win this fight. And let's say that Crawford does win this fight. My question to you all is, where do you put him in history? Where do you put Crawford at in boxing history if he wins this fight? Put it in the chat, man. You know, because he's doing something that hasn't been done in men boxing. He would be what, three-time in 3 different weight divisions. Now I know Usyk just did it, but twice was in 1 division, if I'm not mistaken. All right, but this is going to 3 different divisions and becoming undisputed, man. Where would you put him? I see another one of my brothers in the building. Being in Boxing News is in the building. He said, look who showed up to work, y'all. Oh, Jay, welcome back. Welcome back to you too, my friend. I seen that you and your wife had a lovely vacation. Anniversary. Happy anniversary to you and your wife. And also happy anniversary to my guy and his wife. Good Lord have mercy. Mine work real quick. Work real quick. Why is my mind not working, man? I tell you, boy, it ain't it. Give me 1 second, y'all. Give me 1 second. God damn, him and his wife just went down to the damn, I can't think right now, man. The Lewis 4500 and his wife, man. They just celebrated their anniversary as well. They went down to the National Harbor and they celebrated. Also got some pics that they sent me that they had some food pics. Y'all know I like that food porn. And since I've been gone, I've been getting a lot of pictures. So we will be having a gallery today of food porn, man. But yeah, happy anniversary to Lewis 4500 and his wife, and also to being in Boxing News and his wife. They both they all just celebrated, man, their anniversary, man. Black love matters, man. All righty, what's next? Real Prison Talk with Tommy. Majimov wasn't easy at all, but there's a reason he kept his hands at home once he took a few clean shots from Bud. I agree. GPs say Canelo ran through the 68 division and has been there for only 5 years, but has barely touched 54 and doesn't know what 60 or 68 feels like. No evidence. Good morning, Jay. I see you with the 60 disco shirt. Actually, I'm in my pajamas, my friend. Yes, indeed. This is pajama gear, man. I told you I know I love pajamas, man. I ain't got no further than this right now. So, but you know that I can see it being a 60 disco shirt for sure, without a doubt. Shorts to match. Let's see. He'll be just another great fighter, but I wouldn't put him as the best because resumes also include who you fought. Ooh, okay. I hear y'all talking that stuff. But I'm telling you, I mean, Can y'all put him on the great list? Can he be put on the great all-time great list? Talk to me. If he wins this against Canelo, man, becomes undisputed, where do you put him at? Where do you put him at, man? Do you make him God, my phone's about to die. About to die so quickly. I'm gonna have to go get my charger because I'm definitely gonna need. Damn. How am I at 1%, y'all? Hold on 1 second. Let me go get a charger real quick. All righty, y'all. I am back. Sorry about that. Put this phone and get it charging. Have to unplug something here. Okay. There we go. Uh-oh. Damn, it all the way died too. All right, but yeah, man. Where would y'all put him? I mean, nobody's done the things that he's done. Now, I got to break out my Crawford argument that I've always used, and people kind of dislike me for it sometimes and things of that nature. But I also have to say that the reason why I never jumped on the Crawford bandwagon from the jump was of his competition. That was the reason, which was not his fault. You know, he's had some great matchmaking, and everybody they have put him in with, he didn't play with his food. He got rid of them. You dig? So it ain't like that they took him tooth to nail. But I cannot sit here and say that he has been fighting elite competition the whole time, because that would not be true. That would not be true. And, you know, I'm pretty much sure if he sees this, he'll be mad at me. Well, I don't even think he should be mad at me for speaking my mind. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, like I said, I give him all respect. You know, for sure, what he has accomplished, you know, it singles him down big time. But when we look at now, not to say that if he had fought elite competition, it's not to say that he would have lost to him. He probably would have still beat them. But all I'm saying is the cats that they did put him in there with, only a few, and I'm talking in one hand, we can really say we're, damn, can we say B plus? Has he fought anybody that you all can give a to? A elite fighter. I think the best fighters that he have fought so far: Sean Porter, Earl Spence, the kid from what was the little dude that rocked them in? They were in 30? They were fighting 30 or 35 at the time. Matter of fact, he said that guy hit him the hardest. Also, Postal. So I can give him, and out of those guys, Who can we say is a A or even an A minus at the time he fought them? I know. I know. I know. Hold on. Let me check the comments, man. Let's see what y'all got to say in the comments. Let's see what y'all got to say in the comments, man. Booger said, I would give Sean an A. Now that's he's retired. He has a chance. That Sean should definitely go into the Hall of Fame, man. I think he should go into the Hall of Fame. I think so. Sean, that's my guy. That's my guy. Let's see. Real Prison Talk said Roy Jones Jr. didn't exactly have the strongest resume in history either, but we know he's all-time great. Hold on. I didn't say that he wasn't great. I didn't say Crawford ain't great now. Don't put no words in my mouth. But I do agree with you because I'm one of those ones that also said that Roy Jones Jr. didn't have a strong resume. He fought what was there. And Crawford, when he was at 140, 135, 140, he fought what was there. What was there. At the time, I was hoping that him at 40, he got a chance to fight. Was it Regis that I wanted him to fight at 140? Or was it Tio? I can't remember. But at 40, I definitely wanted him to fight a few people, but he had rolled out, I think. I guess it was at 40. But no, the resume, and sometimes you don't get a strong resume, man. But that doesn't constitute if he's a great fighter or not. He just didn't get the fights that he wanted. It ain't like he didn't want those fights now. Let's not go there. Because he wanted the Spence fight as soon as he had got in the division. And I wish he had got that fight when he first got in the division, man, because I think we would have seen a very different fight. We would have seen a different fight for sure. And I'm going to stand on it. The Spence that he fought was not the Spence that we wanted him to fight. That's all I got to say about that. And those that understand what I'm saying know what I'm saying. You dig it? And I'm not taking away from Crawford wins, because when you do the math, I always had to say, after doing the math, Crawford had the more tangibles to win that fight. You dig? He was just just a better fighter. It is what it is, man. Spence was just the Terminator, man. And if you'd have seen the movie, the Terminator just keep coming and coming and coming and coming and coming, Jack. You did nonstop. You know what I mean? Where you don't even have a chance to think. You did. And I just wish we had got that fight. I wish we had got that fight after Crawford had been in the division. He done had 2 fights. I would wanted Crawford to got into 47, acclimated himself, fought 2 fights, and then on the 3rd fight go straight into Spence. That's what I wish we had got, man. I really wish that's what we would have gotten, man. You know, not to say that the fight would have been any different than what we've seen, but I think it would have been a little bit different. I think it would have been a little bit different, man, for sure. You know what I mean? Okay, I see we got Mr. Henderson in the building. Salute to you, soldier. Good to see you this morning. Are you on that dash link this morning? I haven't even got out the door today, man. I was trying to make sure I was ready for the show. What else we got? Let me look and see what else y'all got. Let me see. Yeah, so I tell you what, let me see. I think I got the fast charger on my phone, so that's 15 piece just that quick. All right, we're gonna get back to some of the industry talks about this particular fight, man, because I actually got a lot of stuff that I want you all to check out. Look like somebody just put something here. What's that? Hold on. It was EJ who said he was saving Bud for last. I think that was a mistake. He always knew Bud would be the toughest, right? We all knew that. And he put it off as long as possible. To be honest, yeah, I'm going to be honest. I believe he was doing that talk, but I don't believe it was his talk, though. I really don't. I really think that was the head to bees, as Calvin would say. I believe that the head to bees told him, hey, there ain't no rush of fighting this guy. Definitely is going to be your toughest fight. Why don't we fight the rest of the people on this side of the street, make as much money as possible fighting all the people on this side of the street, and then use Crawford as the last one and go for that undisputed. And it ended up biting him in the ass, y'all. It ended up biting him in the ass because we know what happened. There was already talk about him and his alcoholism. You did. We seen many of the memes, this, that, and the third. But then he gets thrown out of his sports car over 100 miles per hour and gets thrown out of the car. And we be honest, y'all, we didn't think that we were going to see any more Spence after that. You know, I mean, normally when somebody goes through something as horrific as he went through, for the best, we just hope that, you know what I mean, he can walk, but let alone be able to come back and fight again. And that just shows the type of grit and determination that he has. You know what I mean? I remember him tell a story about how he lived in like the penthouse of his apartment building and how it was, I don't know, 18 flights. I'm just paraphrasing right now. And instead of catching the elevator, he used to walk the steps to get himself back together, man. And that's determination right there, man. Because if you ever been in any type of accident, man, you know how those bones ache, the muscles ache. And for him to crawl all them steps to come back and then get himself back to the level of fighting in the elite level was an amazement all in its own. But after all of that, to come back and fight somebody that's supposed to be like a milk and soda guy, man, you know, I mean, probably no soda. You know, Crawford is known to be you live that gladiator's life, no smoking, no drinking, really don't see nothing about him in the clubs or anything like that. Opposed to someone that drinks, parties, you know what I mean, this, that, and the third. There you go right there. You're always gonna, you know, you are what you eat, man. You dig? So I wish that they would have fought early. So that's the one that got away, man. And that's what happens when you put these fights on the back burner. We didn't get Joshua and Wilder. We wanted that fight. You know what I mean? Now we're not getting Tank and Roach. You dig? So, you know, and anything can happen after the next fight. You know what I mean? That takes the lackluster away from it. You know, we don't know if we get that perfect storm like Pacquiao and Mayweather got, where Pacquiao lost and still end up being the biggest fight ever. We don't know if we get that, but I know what we do get. We got my sis in the building. The Melanin Queen is in the building. She said, good morning, Jay. Welcome back, bro. You were definitely missed. Sorry for the tardiness. Reception is trash. Hey, Hangout family, peace and blessings. Okay, who else up in here? J.A. Dixon in the building. Big youngster say, man, please, them boys were stalling. Bomax said it was strategic, and we all know the fight would have been different before the accident. I agree. I agree. Who else we got up in here? We got Miss Christine Givens in the building. What's up, Miss Christine Givens? She said good morning to the Hangout family. Good morning to you too, sis, for sure. All right. Yeah, man. So yeah, man. It's so much we could say about Crawford and not say about Crawford, man. You dig? Are they smart as hell? Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Matter of fact, let's see let me make if I got any more videos of what people had to say, y'all. Let's see what we got. Do we have anything else? I think we do. We got this one.
Your take on Canelo Alvarez versus Terence Crawford. How do you feel that fares out?
You know, I give Terence a big shot to win that fight. He has to be smart. He has to be on his A game that night. He can't get careless. He can't get too confident. You know, worry about Canelo. I mean, Canelo hasn't really fought anybody of value in the last few years. I mean, he really ducked a lot. He's been ducking Benavidez and probably a couple other guys. He wouldn't fight Beterbiev. You know, but he's been picking and choosing. I think Crawford has a hell of a shot to beat him. He really does. He has to be smart. He's very good fighter. He can't get caught many shots from any damaging shots from Canelo. But I think Crawford has a hell of a chance to win the fight. He has to be smart. That night he has to be at his best, though.
I've been speaking to a number of fighters about this fight, and interestingly, Lonnie B said to me yesterday that he felt that Terence Crawford shows gaps in his armor in the same way that Amir Khan showed gaps in his armor. He's open to a similar sort of shot that Canelo caught Amir Khan with. Have you seen that in Terence Crawford's career?
Well, we all make mistakes. We're not all perfect fighters. So, Terence probably has a few blemishes on his style, but I think for that night he'll be 100% because he knows he has to be 100% when he fights Canelo. He's a bigger fighter, stronger fighter. I don't know if how Canelo, he might feel that Crawford's too small and he might overlook him. A couple of things might happen, but I think Crawford just technically has a good shot to beat him. He has to be smart on his A game. He has to frustrate Canelo if he can.
Everybody keeps going back to, is he going to be able to have that punch resistance, man? What do y'all think? Do y'all feel though? Because we already know that Canelo chin is battle tested, y'all. We know that. So we believe that he's going to be able to take the Crawford shots. But our question is, can Crawford take the Canelo shots for 12 rounds? Because I haven't heard too many people think that Crawford. Now, I heard maybe one or two people say they feel, though, that Crawford's going to stop Canelo. I've heard that. I don't agree with that at all. Do I feel, though, that the fight goes the distance? For sure. But can Crawford take that battlement of Canelo the whole 12 rounds? Well, I know some people, well, Jay, doing his defense and he's going to get hit. Is he going to be able to take it the whole time? If he said the hardest person that he's been hit by was that little guy, I don't know why I can't remember his name, but somebody in the chat's going to put in there who I'm talking about. And then Crawford switched and southpaw, and it was over with. You dig? But the little dude made him do a little, stangy leg a little bit, And then Kibble and Bits also, I believe, knocked him down. I believe that was a knockdown. Some people think it was. Some people think it wasn't. I think when he fought, I can't think of his name, but I believe he knocked him down. We've seen how Crawford looked after the Majamal fight. I've never seen Crawford's face look the way he looked against that 54 fighter. And I say 54 fighter because now he's going to 68. Yeah. Canelo's used to fighting big guys. We've heard the stories of Crawford fighting big guys in the ring, sparring, things of that nature. But were those elite big guys? is the question, man. You know, like today, you know, if you ask me who's going to win against Crawford and Canelo, if you ask me today, my today says Canelo. I don't know what my tomorrow might say, because I'm going to tell you, after I started running things back through my mind, I'll be back. He said Gambola had fantastic power, plus he was a steroid user. Okay, granted. He also was 135, 140 pounds. We're talking 30 pounds north. 30 pounds north. Man, you know, and that's what makes this so amazing, you know. And let's look at Canelo. This is not a win-win for Canelo at all. I say that for the simple fact he can't lose this fight. If Canelo loses this fight, man, all the cherry talk comes up, just everything, y'all. Just everything. You all know how you all are. You hear that? You know how you all are, man. You all are the worst when it comes to criticism, man. You are going to, if Canelo loses to Crawford, you all are going to fillet. You all are going to fillet Canelo. Canelo can never live it down at all. Only thing that's going to make it feel any better is that paycheck. That's it. Yeah. Look. Tampa Tommy said it right there. He says, please, that paycheck is all the winning Canelo is after, for sure. For sure. But look, you know what? That's you and I speaking, though, Tampa. Canelo has more money now than he can ever spend, to be truthfully honest. You know? He's well set. You know, royalties got him. I think he's worried more about just the money in this fight. Don't think that in the back of his mind, he's saying there's no way in the hell that I'm going to lose to this guy. He knows he cannot lose to this guy at all. What they say his nemesis are slick black fighters. Okay. Well, Bruce Gas, Boxer Jazz, my big homie and more is in the building. I appreciate the text I got from you the other day too, brother. Appreciate you checking in on me. He said that's 100 million makes it more business than boxing. Look, it ain't just 100 million, y'all. He signed a deal for over 400 million. That 100 million is just a drop in the bucket. And let me tell you something, y'all. Let him win this fight in great fashion. How they say that's more money, more money, more money. You know how much more money he can throw on top of that? You know how much more money he can throw on top of that? Because the conversation will still be around about that one guy he hasn't fought yet. And that money is still there. So now that check goes up. So if he gets 100 million for fighting Crawford, how much do he get for fighting this guy?
And I know that you've probably been asked this a lot, but what is your take on Canelo versus Crawford? Do you see it as a 50-50?
It's a good fight. More like a 60-40, only because of the weight difference, but you can't take Crawford's skill away. You know, you have to give him credit for skill. He's an amazing fighter. He's an amazing technician in the ring, and I think it's like 60-40.
Thanks, David.
Do you think Crawford will fight you if he beats Canelo?
Nah, I wouldn't fight Crawford. I'm at 175.
How do you balance family life with everything?
I like that. He said, if Bud beats Canelo, would you fight Bud? He's like, man, I'm a 175-pound fighter, man. How I look fighting Budrick? You dig? The same way Canelo looks like him. 100 million different reasons why you should. You know what I'm saying? But after this, if Crawford beats Canelo, Crawford doesn't have to fight another day in his life at all. He doesn't. It's over with. He don't have to talk no more. And from what I understand, he's getting a lot of damn bread himself for this fight. You know, Crawford is a shrewd businessman. So if Canelo's getting 100 piece for that fight, trust and believe Crawford is getting a nice sum. I done heard that he's making anywhere between 70 and 100 as well. Put it this way, I'm pretty much sure he's tripling anything that he done made so far. You heard me. I said triple. They said in the Crawford Spence fight, he made around 20 something. Well, I'm pretty much sure in this fight, he triples that and he's making 60 to 100 million. Easy money. Easy money, man. What we got here? What we got here? What we got here? What we got here? Okay, see a few more people done walked in the building. Jay Dixon said, let's be honest. This fight is taking place because of the dimensions of Canelo and the bag he brings that it. If Canelo wasn't a small guy for 168 fight, it wouldn't take place. Okay. Boxing Hacker said, Mike, so has Canelo. Jay, the one of your few comments I can agree with. Aunt McQueen says, sounds like a smart move to me. Al Booger say he dismissed that right away. Right. 4,500 say, will that fight generate 100 million? I don't think so. Boxing. If Crawford beats Canelo, he's one of the best. He's already one of the best. Cooking with Sir. Where you put Crawford when he beats Canelo? I heard plus 70 for Bud, but who knows? I think it was something. He said, where do I hold on? If Crawford beats Canelo, he's one of the best. Yeah, he's already one of the best, though. I'm trying to think. Is there? I think it was a question I was going to answer. Will that fight generate 100 million? Are you talking about Canelo and Crawford? It will. It will. I don't know how it works because it's Netflix, but you know, because it ain't pay-per-view. But somehow, some way, I think Netflix get new subscribers, which will we really don't know how to. We can't even tabulate that fight. We can't. Mike Rim said, I think Crawford got on snack to help his chin. Well, I don't know, man. All I do know is, man, that we got a hellacious fight coming. Let's go to some of the stuff that's in the news right now. Of some of the things people had to say. Let's see. What's this right here? Hold on. The hunt for easy prey. Jackson declares Canelo Crawford fight a cherry pick. Is this a cherry pick? I mean, to call this fight a cherry pick, you would have to have a cherry. So we cannot call Crawford a cherry at all. We can't even have him in the same room with a cherry statement. Now, is you talking the act of him fighting somebody coming up 3 weight classes a cherry pick? Is you calling the actual event itself of, you know, because we can't call Crawford a cherry, period. He's not a cherry. You know what I mean? But are you saying because of the weight, it makes him a cherry? Talk to me, y'all. Give me some understanding of what he's saying, y'all. Talk to me. What do y'all think he's saying? Because I'm a little confused on that one. A cherry pick. That's the first person I heard even say something like that. Crawford's a cherry pick. Well, Bivol was one too, wasn't he? Boom, boom, boom. What y'all saying in the chat? What y'all saying in the chat? Netflix will probably make lots of money with the commercials they'll be playing during the event. That's right. That's how you make the money, through the commercials. I forgot all about regular television. If you're looking at Crawford's resume, you might can call him a cherry picker. Touche. Okay, Rim. Okay, see them zippers over there working. All right, let's move. Let me see what else. What else we got? What else we got? What's this right here? It said Sean Porter worries Canelo Alvarez's power and threat to Terence Crawford's chin. One thing I can say about Sean Porter, man, he's really putting his journalist hat, analyst hat, whatever on, man, and not giving a damn about what his friend thinks. You know what I mean? Because that right there is a bold statement to say about your buddy, even if you feel though it's true. Because we all know that Crawford and Porter are good friends. And for him to say that, that's showing doubt. That's showing doubt. He's worried about his brother's chin. He's wondering, is it going to withstand a Canelo? Beef eating Canelo. I know I'm wrong for that one. Is there any have y'all heard about any drug testing for this fight? I'm just asking for a friend, y'all. Anybody, please, if you heard about any, please, upload me on that one. Tell me what y'all think, man. If you know anything about any drug testing. Moving on, man. John Ryder explains why Crawford should have waited at 154 before taking a Canelo fight at 168. Well, that's the conversation, man, we've been having the whole time. It's the weight, it's the weight, it's the weight, it's the weight. We seen him go to 47 to 54, right? How many pounds is that? I use my fingers. So that 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 7. I thought it was 7. That's 7 pounds, right? Then we talking about to 60. What's that? Another 6 pounds right there. And then to 68, that's another 8 pounds. God damn. And there's no rehydration clause. No rehydration clause at all. Canelo can come in at 200 pounds if he chooses to. I don't suggest that he do that. But if he wanted to, he could come in at 200. 200. All right. Let's move on. Let me see. What was that? Okay. All right. What else we got? Kelly Pavick strategy. Pressure Canelo Alvarez early to exhaust him. To be truthfully honest, I think that Canelo should be the aggressor in the beginning. I believe that he should put the press on Crawford early because we do know that Canelo like fighting in spurts. At one time, he was having problems with conditioning. We do remember that when he was in 54. I can remember him, tiring and hanging out on the ropes and things of that nature. But it seems like lately he's learned how to distribute his win somehow, one way or another. You know what I'm saying? So I don't see a tired Canelo as much as we used to see a tired Canelo, if you will. So I would think if I was Canelo, I would put the press and beat on Crawford early to see what he can take. You did, because the longer the fight goes, the more chances I believe Crawford has to win. You did, because if he can get out of that 9th round, I think he can accumulate the punches going, the points on the way down. You know what I mean? Because Crawford gets better as the rounds go. I would think y'all would agree with me on that, man. If you've been watching Crawford gets better as the rounds goes, man. And he carries his power late. So he's still destructible in 10th, 11th, and 12th round. Moving on. Let me see what we got next. Let me see. All right, hold on. Can Crawford really conquer 3 divisions against a pound-for-pound king? That's a good question right there, Crawford is not just fighting a regular Joe Smo. He's fighting the guy that has been number 1 on the pound-for-pound list. He has not been in any fights lately that we would consider taxing, where he left a pound of flesh. He did some of those fights earlier with Triple G and things of that nature. But lately, he's been on cruise. Even when he fought Bivol, he didn't take a lot of punishment against Bivol at all. He lost. Yes, he did lose. But we are talking about an elite fighter. Now, one thing I can definitely say about Canelo is definitely elite. He done been in enough fights, man. He done been in there with some of the best. He done been in there with punchers. He done been in there with boxers. He done been in there with every type of fighter you can only imagine. Would I say that Canelo's on his back 9? For sure. Is he in his prime? No. But is Crawford in his prime? No. Both of them has passed that point. We're not watching 2 primes fight each other. No, we're going to watch 2 guys that are on their back 9s of their career, intelligent, and have the experience to beat each other, if you will. But we have to tilt the scale just off of just GP to the bigger man, which is Canelo, which coincidentally is the younger man. Crawford is 2 or 3 years older than Canelo. But if you want to look, Canelo, you got to compare boxing years like dog years, man. Canelo done had over 70 pro fights, man, in his 30s. So, I mean, in actuality, he's an old dog, man, and he wear knee braces and this, that, and the third. But when you got money like that, man, you're going to have the best health care possible. And all the new age medicine and when you got money like that, man, you can make your career go longer. Ask LeBron, you know what I'm saying? Because you got the best scientists around to get you through the most arduous times in your sports career, if you will. All right. Now let me see what we're saying in the chats. What we got? Bud could knock Canelo out, and y'all would still hate on him and discredit him. Lord have mercy, not me. He knocked Canelo out, man. Good Lord. If look. If Bud knocks Canelo out, I will put a Bud poster right there. You got it. I will put a Bud poster right there. Because, I mean, Canelo's, I ain't seen him touch the ground before. I seen when he fought Cotto Cousin and he did the stanky leg. But On the ground, man, we ain't seen that. I don't even hear about that in his amateurs. So I don't know. Maybe like Danny Garcia, and he got 12 toes. I don't know, but the balance is just amazing. Shout out to the gorilla. Okay. C Wood, what's good? Okay, I see my guy up in here. Okay. The man waits any longer, and it'll be time for a colonoscopy. Damn near 40. Get in there. Give it your best shot. Get paid. Canelo coming in big and strong. Construction Shawty in the building. Talib Cunningham. What up, my guy? He said Canelo's going to run right into a face-breaking shot. I hope he's listening to you, Jay. Jay Dixon, if we get the Canelo that fought Charlo, who didn't sit down for 12 rounds, it should be a fun fight to watch. That's nobody ever asked for. That's my theory as well. Work smart and efficient is the key to Bud win against Canelo. Canelo was doing his best George Foreman impression. He didn't stand up because of stamina. Them knees were creaking like the Mayflower. Y'all crazy. Ask Val is in the building. What's up, Val? Good to see you. We already know what he's talking. Shakur. We're not having Shakur conversation today. But what we expect from Shakur stepdaddy. Be safe to anyone in DC. The fastest are invading. Oh my goodness, not the fastest. Canelo likes his tequila too. How about that? How about that? Man, I tell you, boy, this fight just got so much, man. It has so much. All right, what's next? Let me see. All right, we did that one. Daily Bread, Canelo Crawford analysis, possible Usyk challenge. Now, I like Bread Man, you know what I mean? And he has this unboxing scene. It's called The Bread Basket. I believe that's what it's called. And I love watching it. I mean, reading it. So let's see what he had to say. I think I put it in my phone. Okay. Let's see what he had to say. I'll see if I ain't gonna read everything, but I'm gonna see if I can highlight. Let's see. Let's see. What did Bread had to say about this fight? I'm gonna elaborate what someone has said to him first. One of the writers have said to Bread Man, hey, what do you think about Crawford? You were the first person to give a take that you feel, though, that Crawford's going to beat Canelo. And ever since then, we've been seeing people using your take and not giving you the credit for it. And this is what he said. Let me see. Where's it at? Let me see. As far as risking going through with a fight, let me tell you a secret. If a fight the magnitude of Crawford versus Spence is signed, okay, no, wait a minute. Moving forward. Where is it? Bear with me, y'all. Bear with me. It was a big bread basket. I should have. Good Lord, this one was long as hell. He said, I feel like the media takes. Okay. The guy said, I feel like the media takes your comments and they run off with them. You were the first person I heard say that David Benavidez has good defense. Then I see videos of Benavidez, blase. You were also the first expert I heard pick Crawford to beat Canelo. Now it's a trendy pick, and the exact reason you gave are now being used. Personally, I'm picking Canelo. I just don't see a way Crawford can win. But if you're right, I want to give you your flowers. I have two questions for you. One is, do you see how others are taking your thoughts and passing them off as their own? And two, can you break down Canelo versus Crawford? Bread's response was, yes, I have seen people use my thoughts as their own. but it's really nothing I can do about it. It's part of being in the media. I wish they would give me my attributions, but we are in a selfish, prideful sport, so it is what it is. Yes, I'm picking Crawford, but I very well could be wrong. Most of the people I know disagree with me, and I respect their perspective. I will do your breakdown that you asked for, but I want to say I don't break down fights like you. I break them down with who I think will be more effective, not so much in individual categories. Power, Canelo. Strength, I don't know. Crawford is known to be very strong, and I believe his strength also lies in his stamina to be strong, stronger, and longer. Durability, Canelo has ATG chin, but Crawford has never been stopped or dropped. I will give the edge to Canelo based on reputation, but Crawford has shown to be very durable. Defense, this is tricky. I think Canelo has better natural defense reflexes. Crawford has solid D, but I don't think Canelo has better anticipation as far as avoiding shots. Crawford sometimes take a little time in his fights for his defensive eyes to sharpen up. But some of Crawford's defense lies in his ability to be an elite counter puncher. Crawford counterpunching is better than his natural defense. So I will give a slight edge to Canelo, but there's a many layers to it, and I don't believe it's a big separation. Speed, Crawford's speed is more smooth and subtle. Canelo's more violent. I would give Crawford the edge. I feel like Canelo loads up more these days, and you can see his punches coming a little easier, and it's why he hasn't scored a KO in 4 years. Stamina, I feel like Crawford has a big edge here, but I won't say I want to see how Crawford's stamina is with new added weight. Great point. I know Canelo may check more boxes, so therefore you would assume Canelo wins. But a fighter total package is more important than his part broken down. Boxing is simple most times, and the most times it comes down to who can land their best punch, the most consistency, and who can defend their opponent. Best punches, the most consistency. Crawford just seems to get into a rhythm in his fight where he just rolls to a win. He gets it just about every fight. It's not a coincidence. I don't know why he gets that rhythm. It may be innate, adjusting ability. It may be willpower. It may be uncanny focuses. He might be a fighting genius, and Crawford himself can't explain it. I don't know, but I do know what I see. My pick is still Crawford. I believe it will be close early, but at some point, he catches this rhythm and he pulls away late in a competitive fight. But there's his breakdown, y'all. What do y'all think? What do y'all think? Let me pull back so I can see what y'all comments are again. Bear with me as I get back into StreamYard. But he did give some great points. What do y'all think, man? Go into here, enter without mic, and go comments. Okay. Have the E in the building. What up, sis? Good to see you. Say, okay. Hey, Jay, miss you. Appreciate being missed. Mike Grimm said, casual people don't realize if people don't want to get knocked out, they don't fight in every fighter. Canelo fights is over 200 pounds fight night. I've heard that. I've heard that Canelo be weighing about 200 pounds fight night. That's crazy. 168 up to 200. Good Lord. What's that? 32 pounds? Wow. Wow. Just that alone is a lot. That is definitely a lot for sure. All right, let's move on, y'all, because it's 9:50. All right, what we got next? What else someone else had to say? Let me see. Was that it? I think that might have been it of what we thought. But right now, today, if I had to make my decision today, who I felt would win, right now, it would be Canelo today. Tomorrow, I'm pretty much sure it would be Crawford. Who I want to win this fight is Crawford. But I mean, good Lord, man. Crawford has an uphill battle to win. Man. But if he does, oh my, oh my. And I would love to hear the conversations that will be in the hangout the next day. We would probably have to do a crow show. We would have to do a crow show that Sunday after the fight. I couldn't even wait till Monday. I don't think I could wait till Monday. I would think we would have to do a crow show because it'd be a lot of conversation, man, especially if we get a fight that we all want. I'm talking about a fight or a good old-fashioned rumble, man. If we could get a good old-fashioned rumble, which I don't feel, though, is in Crawford's favor at all. I told y'all, man, I think the fight that he fought against Postal is the fight he should fight against Crawford. I mean, against Canelo. I don't think he should go in there and hook with a hooker. It's just that simple, man. I think the best way for Crawford to win this fight is be strategic, keep it in the middle of the ring, work your angles, and not be overly aggressive, man. But you can't be overly aggressive. And don't feel, though, that you can go in there and rumble Canelo, man. Don't do it. Don't do it. I say fight Ray Leonard versus Hagler, and I feel, though, that Crawford needs to be Ray Leonard. He needs to be smart, not to take the punishment, fight at the end of the rounds, you know what I mean, and get the more clean and effective shots. Do not be nowhere near rope. Nowhere near rope. You did. And be the better counter. You did. I just love this fight, man. And y'all just don't know how I can't wait. If you get a rumble, it won't go 3 rounds. You're right. You're right. You're right. You're right. Trust me. You're right. Will we see? Do y'all think someone goes on the ground? Let's keep it real. Do you feel, though, that Crawford will get knocked down in this fight? Anybody thinks that Crawford will not knocked out, but knocked down? Do you think that Crawford gets knocked down in this fight? I think it's possible. I think it's possible for sure. But before we get out of here, though, man, before we get out of here, hold on one second. I want to bring in my guy. Hopefully, I can get in contact with him, because we got to bring in an Owl Boxing pick guy. B3 picks, man. Hopefully we can get B3 in here, man, because I want to hear his breakdown, you dig, and also who he picked to win this fight, man, because, we have our inside guy, and that's B3 picks, man, and hey, man, and we are watching him in his infant stage of his company now, you dig, and I know for sure that he's going to be one of these big old companies like Draft, what is it called? Draft Finest and all that other stuff. You know who I spoke to the other day, y'all? I spoke to Dre Finest the other day, man. Yesterday, matter of fact. He called me yesterday. He's doing well. He was doing some yard work, man. And he told me to tell everybody, hey, man, but he's doing well. And yeah, shout out to Dre Finest, man. I definitely spoke with him yesterday. He gave me a call, man. So good to talk to Dre Finest. Some of you all old schoolers know exactly who Dre Finest is. Been around for a while. Well, I just seen something. What was that? Fresh Baker. What's up, Fresh Baker? He said Crawford gets knocked down and it's a draw. Ooh, okay. I'm definitely going to bet the draw, man, because the draws be normally like 1,400 or something like that. Mike Rim said, yes, Crawford will get knocked down, so don't get backed up. You got to check to cash. It's fairly likely Bud will touch the canvas. Okay. Well, that's definitely something that you can bet on. You know what I mean? They be having some good odds on a knockdown. They be having some good odds on a knockdown because the knockdown ain't a knockout. You know what I mean? You know, it could be a flash knockdown, and you can get paid off of that, man. I get off of one of those before, whereas and the person that got knocked down ended up winning the fight, but yet I got paid off. I can't even remember who it was now. Let me say, sprinkle in some of that John Ryder. He said, yeah, that postal fight, he was punching on the move. Looked like an old school fight. Exactly. And, you know, I think that would be a good way to fight Canelo, man. And you want to keep Canelo moving. You want to get him tired, man. You definitely want to get Canelo tired. You know, Canelo don't like fighting the whole round. Canelo doesn't. So I would keep Canelo moving. I would not let Canelo rest at no time. If I'm Crawford, I'm really training real hard on my stamina. You dig? I will keep Canelo moving the whole time, not giving him no breaks, man. So when the fight goes down later, then I can really execute my will on him. So yeah, you got to tire Canelo out, man. You got to tire him out. You know, we already know them knees ain't the greatest, man. Them knees ain't the greatest at all at this point. So hold on one second. Hold on. Let me check something out, y'all. Hey, y'all, we're going to bring in our guy, man, B3 Picks. Hold on one second. Let me get the broski in. Let me see if I got him right here. Hopefully I got this right. Uh-oh. Hey, B3, come back in. Hold on. Let me hold on. Trying to get you in. All right. Well, as soon as I see it pop up again, we'll bring him in. But yeah, hold on. Let me see. Let me see. It's not showing yet. Add to the state.
What's happening, Jay? I can't hear you. Can you hear me?
I hear you loud and clear, but you can't hear me?
I can hear you now.
Okay. How you been doing, fella?
Been doing okay, hanging in there, man. I mean, God is still good. I got some bad news just a few minutes ago. Unfortunately, I mean, I may need a donation. Y'all might have to hit the cash at B3 Pigs. I'm over here going to Maryland right now to get my cheese up to get my mortgage covered. But man, some money was supposed to come through. I just found out it ain't coming through, so I'm about to be getting it in the next few days. But what's the word, Jay? What we talking about this morning?
Well, I tell you what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna put your Cash App up, man, so that way anybody want to bless you on the Cash App, they can do so. And
listen, I gotta say this, Jay. Listen, I appreciate you, Jay. I know I'm moving around right now, so if my audio messing up, my apologies. I switched the route. I switched the route. I couldn't go to Virginia Beach. The bread ain't even long enough. I'm about to head up your way. I'm driving up Columbia, Maryland right now. I gotta touch the big eyes.
All right. Well, how long you gonna be up here? A couple of days?
I got mandatory.
All right, then. Well, we definitely got to hook up. Then that's not a problem. All right.
Yeah, we'll do that.
All right, then.
We'll do that for sure. All the family in the building. Appreciate y'all, man.
What is your Cash App? So I can put it up.
okay.
Yeah, the audio's good. I was trying to get your
It's
cash.
right. It's my cash out right there, Jay.
Oh, B3 picks.
Mhm.
Okay, cool. All right, y'all. The brother needs, so anybody got some help, man, definitely send the brother some paper, man, so we can keep us going, man. You know how we do around here. We all family. All right, B3. We've been talking about Canelo and Crawford, man. Give us that B3 breakdown and what it's all about. Talk to me.
Man, listen, the biggest fight of the year. The two top pound for pound fighters. I'm calling this the fight for a generation. To take us, out of the Mayweather era. Which guy? It's been Canelo. He's kind of had the pay per view status since Mayweather passed it to him. So Crawford, he kind of took the long way, the long road. But as we can see, the skill set is there. I'm gonna be honest with you, Jay. I haven't liked Canelo's last few performances. I think he's plotting a lot. I don't Me personally, I feel like Canelo's not getting his road work in. He's not. He doesn't have that extra gear to get these guys out of there. So I'm looking at Crawford. Just his ability to get in and out of range. His jab. I'm expecting a strong Canelo. I'm expecting, to be honest with you, Jay. My prediction right now is either going to be a Crawford split decision or a draw. That's the first fight. I'm going Crawford split decision or the draw. Be honest with you, I did not like how Canelo cut the ring off against William Skull. I think he didn't get. He didn't. He didn't cut the ring off. Let's be honest. Now, a lot of things people are looking at from the size disparity, right? Crawford carrying that extra weight. That's the only concern. If Crawford carrying the extra weight slows him down to the point where he can't, he's getting hit with shots, he's catching too many shots on the gloves, things of that nature. Then of course Canelo's going outpoint Crawford. The judges are going to score for Canelo, just based on him. His activity, him punching Crawford on the gloves, things of that nature. But if he can move, if he can keep turning Canelo, if he can keep giving him angles, offsetting him with his jab and movement, I think Crawford will win pretty much by decision, either split or clear decision. He probably get a split or majority, but it'll be clear. Same way Mayweather did. He got a majority, but it was clear.
Yeah, but when they gave Floyd that majority, that was some bull crap. Because to be honest, that was a unanimous decision on my behalf. I seen a unanimous. I didn't see no split. I didn't see, definitely wasn't no majority. Floyd should have been a unanimous decision all the way when he fought Canelo.
Yeah.
I was there front and center. I enjoyed that fight, and Floyd definitely won that fight, man, without a doubt. But I think that I agree with you, man. If Crawford's to win, I would say he will win by split decision. That's what I'm thinking.
Mhm. I just think that Canelo is a great fight. Canelo is really one of my favorite fighters. But this is the sport of boxing, the game we love, where the best got to fight the best, and the guys got to put it on the line. Now Canelo, I'm gonna be honest with you. He looked very strong. He looks like he's in great condition so far. Now, have you heard of any? I know Turkey was doing testing on. Is it testing for this matchup?
I was asking the same question earlier today. If anybody heard if there's any testing, I haven't heard any testing so far.
Yeah, that's the concern right there. That's the concern. But like you're saying, a lot of people, they don't, they looking at Crawford, they looking at Conti, they're looking at Snack, and then of course we got Reynoso and Canelo on the other side. So, people are joking around thinking it's the even playing field, but I don't see it that way. I think it's a difference between performance enhancing substances, which what snack is. They help enhance performance, and then banned substance, things that you get you that are illegal, things that get you pop positive, things of that nature. So it's definitely a distinction that we have to make sure we acknowledge.
is when I see stuff like that. He said Canelo hand speed inside is faster than you think. I remember when Pacquiao fought what you call him for the last time. What's the guy that beat him, knocked him out that time? What's his name?
It went out. You went out on Jay. Say that again.
What was the guy named that beat Pacquiao on that last time they fought? And he knocked.
Marquez.
Yeah. All right. I remember the announcer saying when they were talking about Pacquiao and Marquez, and they were talking about all the acne that was on the back of Marquez's back and everything, and they asked the question, was there any testing being done? And one of the announcers said, whoever had the best pharmacy is going to win this fight. So maybe we'll have that again. Maybe whoever has the best pharmacy, because, you know, people are always talking about Bud and the snack, and they're always talking about Canelo and his camp. You know what I'm saying? So who knows, man? Alan Johnson, what's up, my guy? Good to see you. Yeah, man. I you know what? I believe that we're going to have some even playing field, man. And I just want a great fight, man. I would like a good classic, but it can't be a rumble, because if it's a rumble, man, it definitely doesn't favor in Crawford's field. If he, I don't think he should rumble Canelo. What do you think?
Nah, no chance. I don't think that's a good idea
At all. Right?
Box him. Stay off the ropes. I mean, you know, Crawford is going to have to be supremely conditioned as usual.
Mm-hmm.
That's the only thing is the extra weight going to slow him down, and that's what I want to know. Like, from most people, do they believe the extra weight is going to slow him down? I think that's kind of the biggest story of the fight right there.
Yeah, but it ain't like Crawford is really a mover, though. To be truthfully honest, man, he's more of an angle type guy. Things that he's not a big mover. You know, so, and lately he hasn't been moving, if you really think about
it. Canelo gonna make a move, Jay. Let's keep it 100.
Oh yeah. Oh, he gonna have to move.
That's all. And like, you know, we be going out a limb here, like picking against Canelo, man. It's just we've seen him lose, and some would say, you know, maybe there's a blueprint on him. William Skull was awarded 4 rounds from certain judges, 4 or 5 rounds from certain judges. So that's my whole point. Like, as long as Crawford can let his hands go, outland Canelo, make him miss, make him pay, but pick his spots, then Crawford can definitely get a decision.
Yeah, and I think he should do a lot of holding too, bro. You know what I'm saying? Let me keep it real. Clinching is part of boxing. And he needs to tie Canelo up, man. Use that strength that everybody.
The thing about Canelo, though, Canelo's not a big combination puncher, so that works in Crawford's favor.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Canelo likes to kind of hit you with. He looks for like really one big shot, big right hand, big left hook to the body, things of that nature. So that works well in Crawford's favor,
mm-hmm.
And like you said, Crawford's not going to be there. I'm not expecting Crawford to be there to be catching punches on his gloves or really there to be hit at all. I'm going to be honest, people, and then some people may think this is maybe Crawford has enough punching power to make this it not be boring. But I'm going to be honest with you, if the fans are not engaged, that means Crawford is walking away with it. That means he's boxing him. That means Canelo can't catch up to him. Canelo can't land in big shots, because being the smaller man moving up, people are going to be expecting Canelo to hurt Crawford, to wobble him, to do something. So if Crawford can keep himself clean, keep working his jab, and just not allowing Canelo to land any effective body shots, he gonna be all right. I think he gonna box him.
Yeah, he definitely gonna have to box him. I mean, that's without a doubt, man. I mean, and The weight thing with Canelo didn't bother when it came to Floyd, even though Floyd brought him down to what, 153 and a half.
152, yeah.
Yes, 152, 153, okay. You know, and the weight, you know, that wasn't no big deal when it came to fighting Floyd. You know, that weight wasn't nothing. Do you think that could be a point where Canelo weight doesn't matter with Crawford?
Yeah. That's the story of the fight, though. Yes, that's why I'm picking him by decision, because I don't believe that the weight is going to determine anything for Crawford. Because as we can see, Crawford was deplete himself to make 147. You know, to make 140, to make, you know. So this is just in a sense that how comfortable is he? How conditions is he fighting at 165, 168? Without his weight cut. You see what I'm saying? Without doing a traditional weight cut, he's not gonna have to do that this go round. So is that gonna play into him being more energized, more like himself, or is he gonna be sluggish? So I'm leaning towards Crawford being more like himself, just being a stronger, just being all around stronger. And I think that he has the right nutrition, the right team in general, to make sure his condition is at the highest level he won't gas out against Canelo. So that's what I'm predicting.
Let me ask you this question then. When it comes to intelligence, who do you feel is the better IQ? Oh, and this is part two to that question. God damn it, that just went on me. When it comes to intelligence, but also how many elite guys have Crawford fought, in your opinion? Elite.
Now,
And
when you say elite, I'm gonna be honest. This is how I determine it. I include years of experience. You know how they say you amassed after 10,000 hours, things like that. So deep amateur pedigree. You know what I'm saying? If you've been boxing, 20 years since you were 6 years old, so I take that into account. So I'm gonna say this for the IQ piece. I do think it's relatively even 50-50. I believe based on Canelo's years of experience, Crawford's years of experience, Crawford's amateur pedigree, the fighters that Canelo has fought and Crawford alike, Crawford being about 6 years older than Canelo, if I'm not mistaken. I believe the IQ is probably even. Now, as far as the guys that you mentioned, the elite fighters Crawford has faced, now I'm gonna have to say Errol Spence, of course.
Okay.
Even though we understand Errol Spence was not himself in that fight, he wasn't 100%. Due to his own doing. Nothing that happened with Crawford, but Errol, he went in the fight, having sparred and things of that nature. But that's neither there. But also, Sean Porter is an A-level fighter, elite fighter, based on who he's been in the ring with, amateur background, fighting Usyk and things of that nature. Like, also we have Gamboa, who is an Olympian gold medalist. Then Crawford that fought all the way at 135. That's an elite fighter. In my opinion, I would also lean towards a Victor Postol as well. A deep amateur background, Ukrainian boxer, who gave Crawford not any issues. He just boxed him off the back foot, but Crawford couldn't walk him down and beat him up. He stayed on the back foot. He knocked him down 3 times and stayed on the back foot the whole fight. So, Madrimov, deep amateur pedigree. I wouldn't say he's a lead top level. He doesn't have the years of the pro years. He's still only like 29 years old, if I'm not mistaken, 30.
Supposed to be prime.
Yeah. But we still see that he's still at the top level of the sport. I mean, it's just that when you fight Bud, when you fight Virgil Ortiz, those guys just going. Beating those guys, I mean, that's a historical feat. Getting a win over on those guys, taking their O. So I mean, you got to be a great, almost a generational fighter to beat Terrence or Virgil. That's going to be proven. But yeah, I think those guys, I would say Gamboa, Postal, Arrow, Sean Porter. I'm trying to think. Jose Benavidez, he had a deep amateur pedigree, but of course we know he had that instance where he was just shot in the leg, so he wasn't able to kind of fulfill his full potential. But let me
did
think.
well. He did well.
Yeah, yeah. I think, but see, I think that's because when you got guys, when two guys that understand the sport and they both train for a 12-round fight, or they both get ample time, that's how it should look. You know what I'm saying? At the top of the sport, if you competing and you're not, giving in, or you're not there just to sign up for a paycheck, it should look like how he should have to literally almost break Benavidez's jaw to stop him. You see what I'm saying? So that was proven in that fight. Shout out to Benavidez because he gave Crawford a good fight. I think what people want to understand is Canelo is not. I think he's more. He's like, his body build is more compact than Crawford. But that doesn't mean that he's going to be physically stronger in the clinches than Crawford, which is something that we got to look out for. And also, Canelo is not, based on what we've seen recently, his hand speed is going to be less. He has less hand speed than Bud. So Bud has some things he can use to his advantage to get this win.
Yeah, but and that I don't like that peekaboo style against Canelo. I mean, against Crawford. I don't think that's a good style to use against Crawford. That peekaboo style. I think that really sets him up, to be honest, man. What do you think?
100%.
You know how Canelo keeps it up high. You know what I'm saying? I don't think that's smart. At all. But
because then when how he got to punch. You know what I'm saying? He gotta. I'm driving, got my seatbelt on, but he gotta load up. He gonna have. You know what I'm saying? And that's all tells. Those are all telltale signs. If you have to load up on your punches, if you can't throw it, if you can't throw from a normal stance just right here without telegraphing your punches, then it's going to be easy for Crawford to pick up on it and be able to get out of the way. So that's what I'm saying.
That's all he's been doing is telegraphing all this.
All he's been doing is telegraphing. That's why he couldn't stop Munguia. He couldn't stop Berlanga. I mean, I was real shocked. So Crawford going to be, listen, if everything is on an even playing field, Crawford should get this win.
All right. There you go. So what's the best bet for that night?
And me personally, I would take the best bets is going to be the over, because they're probably like the over 10.5, taking more than likely the fight going the distance, and then Crawford by decision. So I got to look and see what the line is specifically for those. I'm sure it's going to be like probably 50-50 on the stoppage or the distance 12 rounds, because Crawford's moving up. But I know Crawford is plus money if you take a money line. So it's probably like plus 139 or something like that. So like that's how I do when it's close fights like this. I'm going to say this. The distance, Crawford money line, and then the draw. Now, let me say this. With the draw, with the money line, I like two-way money lines. That's a two-way money line. I'm explaining to the people. You only win or lose with your fighter. If it's a draw, that bet is voided out. So that's called a two-way money line. You just get Canelo, you get Crawford. Those are your only two options. If the fight is a draw, you get your money back. They voids out the bet, you get your money back. Now, with the three money line is the Canelo, Crawford, and a draw. So if they do, so you pick Crawford and the fight is a draw, you'll lose your bet because you had the option of a draw, but you didn't choose it. So me personally, the way I do it is I find two-way money lines. So that way, if it's a draw, I always get my bet back. So if I find Crawford plus 139, I take that, and if they call it a draw, I get my money back. Now, separately, those are the three bets though. I do it separate. So a distance, Canelo, Crawford money line, and then probably a small bet on the draw, something like that. Because you know, a $20 on a draw, $20 on the draw more like bucks. You see what I'm saying? Something like that, maybe like $500-600. So that's what I'm looking at. I'm looking at it. I know Turkey Al-Sheikh, he's like he wants rematches, he wants trilogies. This is a big business. So if it's a close competitive fight, I definitely think a draw is in play, but I'm leaning towards a decision. I'm not leaning towards either guy getting knocked out.
Right. You think Crawford touches the ground?
No.
Okay. All right.
Nah, and I mean, if he and that's the thing. If he touches the ground, I think he'll be savvy enough to get out of range. But that's what I'm saying. If he hurts, but then all bets is off. You know what I'm saying? I'm not expecting him to. I'm gonna be honest with you. I think Crawford's reflexes is gonna be too much, and I just believe that he's going to outpoint Canelo. I mean, that's just me. That's just how I feel.
All righty, and that's why we got you on here. Well, there y'all have it. B3 picks, man. Make sure that y'all don't bet over your head. You did bet with what you can afford. Other than that, I see Justin James is in the building. Salute to you. I see the big homie Cash Sports 2:00 Shorty's in the building. And yeah, man, well, there y'all have it, man. All about what's going on in the industry against Canelo versus Crawford. We can't wait till that fight to happen. Hey, B3, I appreciate you coming on, man. And if you get time while you're in town, man, holla at me, okay?
I will, Jay, man. Hey, listen, appreciate everybody in the chat, man. Always a pleasure coming into the hangout. Your guy B3 Picks, he's working. I'm down to my socks. If anybody could bless me, please do. I'm gonna be figuring some things out over the next couple of days. But God bless you, Jay. I appreciate you, family.
You take it easy, my brother, and everything gonna work itself out the way it's supposed to, brother. Trust me on that.
100%.
All right, then. Peace. But there y'all have it, man. Another hangout in the books. Man, I appreciate y'all, man, holding on and waiting for me to get back, man. It was rough for me. It was rough. But I thank God, man, that he was allowed me to be able to be back, man. And looking forward to seeing you all again coming up Wednesday. Other than that, it's your boy Jay Hardcore Boxing News. We out of here. Peace. Man, how you turn this damn thing off? And we out of here.